It's episode 15 of Life's a Garden. What is up, guys? Welcome back to Life's a Garden, episode number 15, and let me tell you guys something. I'm on cloud fucking 9. This week, actually, you know what, the last couple weeks, I have not felt so good. I mean, I can't even tell you, man. Like, everything, so many things, everything in my life is just firing on all cylinders, and I'm on cloud 9. I'm just... So, okay, let's just list them off, okay? So, the band, first of all, killing it, right? We just had our second show a little over a week ago, and it was fucking awesome, dude. We killed it. It was a great show, great turnout. Thank you to everyone who showed up. I can't say enough about this band, man. I really think it's going to be something that might actually... Even if we take off just locally, we're definitely gonna take off, man. It's solid, man. I love it. Never been in a band as good as this one that felt as good, sounded as good. Just all the guys in it, love them all. I'm stoked about it. So that's number one. Okay, the band is rocking it. I'm feeling super good about that. Number 2, right here, man. The podcast. Last week was the highest viewed podcast I've done yet. Thank you very much to Asia for being on the show. She killed it. And that episode is right now the highest viewed and listened to podcast that I have done so far. So a huge thank you to all of you guys for listening. That you have no idea how happy that made me and how awesome that is. Like, progress, man. We are really starting to grow this thing. It's awesome. And now I'm back here doing a solo show, so you know what that means. Back to 30 views. We can't do that. Come on, we can't go backwards. We got to keep going forwards. We are growing this thing, and it's starting to just get the fucking ball rolling. I love it. That was a huge... Made me feel so good. Okay, next thing. Got myself a new truck. I talked about that with Lucas. I've had the truck for about 2 weeks now. Love it. I feel so good having a nice new vehicle that I can rely on. And I didn't really go into too many details on when I was talking about it before. But this is... I've been talking about getting a Tacoma for years. I've wanted that. That's been like basically my dream car. And now I have it. So... just imagine that. Like, everybody has a dream car, right? Everyone's got their car that they always want. That's mine right there, and I got it, and it feels so good, man. It really does. So, boom, and football's back, baby. Sports are on a tear right now. Freaking the Nuggets made it to the Western Conference Finals, made history being the only team to ever come back from down 3-1 twice in a playoff series, and they're in the Western Conference Finals. Granted, they got their asses kicked last night, but I mean, not with the refs, but just saying. I mean, it's all good. We didn't win the game. I mean, we were looking really good, and then, got in foul trouble. Got a lot of penalties. I mean, it's all good. I mean, I'm not blaming anybody. 32 free throws for the Lakers. I mean, we couldn't buy a penalty for us. But it's all good. It's all good, okay? That's all I'm saying. We got more opportunities. We're gonna come back stronger, and we're gonna play better, I believe. Now, in all seriousness, yes, I do feel cheated a little bit by the refs in that game, but we didn't play our best. We had a lot of turnovers. There were a lot of fouls that we committed, and there were a lot, but it's all good. So we could have played better. Regardless of the fact, I am super, super stoked that we even made it to the Western Conference Finals. I'm so proud of those guys. They made history, so that's badass. Football's back, and also Broncos didn't do too hot in their first game, but it's all good. It's all good because we're gonna come back stronger, and hopefully we can pull out a win against the Steelers this week. We will see. Either way, I was super impressed by our quarterback. I was super impressed by our O-line. We got a lot of young players, and we had a lot of hurt guys, so I'm not making any excuses. We were without a lot of our top guys. It's all good, like no excuses. I thought we did very well against a team that has a really good defense, and that was a team that was one game away from going to the Super Bowl, so I mean, I'm not too down on it. Plus, dude, I love football. Like, I watch all the games. It's not just the Broncos. And, of course, I'm a huge, huge, huge Broncos fan. But I'll watch all the games. I love fantasy football. Oh, yeah, won both my fantasy football leagues this week. So, gotta like that. But I love fantasy football. I love watching all the games. I just love football, man. So I'm just stoked football's back. We got UFC fights, some really awesome UFC fights coming up. Colby Covington versus Tyron Woodley tonight. And my guy, Donald Cowboy Cerrone's fighting Nico Price. It's going to be a great fight. Can't wait to see that. And then next week, Israel Adesanya versus Paulo Costa, which is going to be a fucking badass fight too. So good UFC fights. We got football. We got basketball. Who gives a fuck about baseball? And then hockey. Stanley Cup's coming up, but don't care because Dallas Stars are in it, so don't care. But no, man, seriously. I seriously have zero complaints about my life right now. There's nothing I bad going on right now, and I want to put it out in the ether. Positivity, great, just if you stay positive, if you do right in the world, if you project positivity out, you will receive positivity in. That's all I gotta say, man. I try to do my best when it comes to everything I do. I try to be a good person, and hopefully this is just karma coming back around and blessing me a little bit. And it's crazy because before, it's not like I was doing bad. I mean, I don't feel like... I mean, I guess I was kind of down because my car was all jacked up. And, like, we were just starting the podcast. And, I don't know. It just... Life's just killing it right now. Life... How about this? Life's a garden. And I'm... fucking digging it, baby. And I just want to put it out there, man. Like, for anybody who is having a hard time, just be positive, man. Things will always come around. And if life is good, life can even get better. That's from your boy right here, man. Because life wasn't too bad before, and life got better. Life got better. And I'm saying this in 2020 when life sucks. And sometimes, even when life sucks, you just gotta dig it. Because it can get better. And it will get better. So, that's been my last couple weeks, man. It's just been stacking it, and I just can't come down from this fucking high, man. I love it. It's so great. I feel amazing. Everything's been popping off, and I want this podcast to break the record of the last one. We just got to keep growing it, man. Keep growing it. I might even start putting money on this thing. Just get it out there. I love it. Speaking of podcasts, I had a theory. Okay, I want to share this with you. Let me get your thoughts on this. Let me see what you think. Okay, so when I started this podcast, it's been almost 4 months now. We've been going about 4 months. I've been on YouTube and Spotify from day one. Ever since I got on Spotify, this is what's happened to the podcast world. Okay? Dalia got canceled. Callan got canceled. So no more Congratulations podcast. No more Fighter and the Kid. Theo moved. So no more King and the Sting. For some reason, YMH, Your Mom's House podcast, got taken off of Spotify. I still can't find a reason why. Love YMH. That includes Two Bears, One Cave, YMH, anything that's under the YMH brand. Taken off. These are all the ones I listen to, which is bizarre. Like, it's just bizarre that all of these podcasts are kind of just dissipating. Ever since I got on Spotify, all of these podcasts have just been kind of trickling away. And you know what else happened? Unless you live under a rock, you might have heard Joe Rogan, biggest podcaster in the world, he came to Spotify. Now, I'm not saying that I had anything to do with it, all of this, but is it a coincidence maybe that I got on Spotify and then everything gets shaken up and Joe Rogan's sitting there and he's like, damn, that's where it's at. Spotify. Look at this kid. He's killing it. Life's a Garden. This is the up and coming podcast right here. I better go where the real competition is. Well, it was either that or maybe the $100 million they offered him. But just saying. Ever since I got on Spotify, things have been getting shaken up. So maybe you're looking at the second biggest podcast on the rise. We'll see. Just putting it out there. Hey, Spotify. I'll take $1 million. I don't know. I'll take $1 million. What's anything? Yeah, right. Obviously, that's just a joke. But it is kind of weird. Like, it is weird that I got, like, the second I got onto Spotify, all this shit started changing, which I'm not happy about that. I love all those podcasts. I don't want to not have those podcasts. Obviously, I'm just joking about all that, but it is weird that, like, the second I start a podcast, all my favorite podcasts start, like, getting shuffled around. Granted, I love that Joe Rogan's on Spotify now, but all my other favorite ones are gone. So what the fuck? Yeah. What else? Hey, did you guys know that every politician running for your local office is both the greatest guy or gal, and also, okay, how about this? They're the greatest person, or they're also the worst person. How about that? Because that's what the TV keeps telling me, man. I mean, one minute I'm like, damn, that guy's amazing, dude. He does this and this. He helps out this group. He votes for veterans and healthcare and blah. And then the next second they're saying he's in the pockets of China, and they're both just everybody. All these politicians, man, they're both just the most amazing people and the worst people. So what? Dude, fuck these political ads. I'm so fucking tired of this. Every 2 years, we got to get subjected to this. And I know it's the most browbeaten topic, right? Everybody hates political ads. But seriously, they're so garbage. And they're all the same. Literally, they're all the same. All across, I guarantee, I've never seen a political ad in a different state than my own. But guarantee you, every single political ad is exactly the same. It's always, okay, let's do the attack ads are always my favorite, right? Because it's always, you never hear the person who's doing the attack ad until the end. And usually it's not even them. It's like, this advertisement was paid for by the blah, blah, blah campaign. It's never like, my name's so-and-so and I approve this message. But it's always like It opens up with like this ominous music. It's like, and then you hear John Smith voted for. John Smith says he voted to cut your taxes, but really he's in favor of a tax increase. John Smith lies to your face, telling you more jobs for America, but really, he's in the pockets of China. And then if it's the woman one, it's always something like, I'm trying so hard not to use like the local guys. I'm trying to just come up with. I'm the worst when it comes to trying to like make up names or just make up something on the spot. But like when it's the woman speaking in the attack ads, because there's always obviously it's either the guy or the gal that's talking in the background. But when it's the gal, it's always like something. See, I can't even fucking think of a name. I'll just use my name. Dakota Craig, good for China, bad for America, right? Or Dakota Craig, I don't know, bad for Montana, good for Washington, bad for Montana. It's always the same, right? These attack ads crack me up. And then you see the opponents, like one of them will put out a certain ad where it's like, I don't know, them talking about healthcare, or them talking about the auto industry, or them talking about oil, whatever. Talking like the attack on China, like they'll be like, he's in the pockets of China. And then like you had up until then you hadn't seen that with the other candidate. Nobody like attacked the other candidate on that issue, and then a week later they come out with the same attack ad essentially on the other person. Dakota Craig allocated money to his own personal bank account. That's tax money out of your pockets and into his. And then obviously the in support ads will be like, obviously the music's more cheery and it's like them fishing or them just the cheesiest shots, them like shaking hands. And I voted to stop the bill that would raise your taxes, and I'll keep fighting for you. This advertisement is paid for in support of blah, blah, blah. I always thought that if I were to run for office, it would they really wouldn't have much to attack me on, because I mean I have a clean record. Like I honestly, there's really nothing they could attack me on. Obviously, if I was in politics for a while, I'm sure there'd be stuff they'd make up or whatever. See, that's the thing. You don't know what's true. Like, they could sit here and say so-and-so freaking pocketed all this money, or so-and-so diverted money to... said it was going to this group when it was really going to his public fund. I would never know that. How would any of us ever know? For real. Like, they never pop up like, here's the proof. Like, they just say it, right? They're just like, this is what happened. They don't say, and this is how we knew. This is how we found out. I don't know. So they could just make up shit, I guess. But I always thought I'd have a hard time getting attacked in a political ad until I made this podcast. I'm 100% convinced anybody who has a podcast could never run for office, because all they'd have to do is scour every episode of their podcast, and you'll find just the worst stuff. Like, I can just picture my political attack ad. It would literally be just everything as a clip from this podcast. It'd be like, I'm trying to think. Right away, it'd be Dakota Craig wants to run for your office. It would start off like cheery. It would start off like it was going to be like a positive ad. It'd say, Dakota Craig running for mayor. Or Dakota Craig wants your vote to be senator. And then it would immediately cut to the couple episodes ago, and I'm like, I'm a fucking lunatic! And then it would go black and white, and be like, da-dong. What? And I'd be like, excuse me? And then I'd do that, like, rewind thing. And I'd be like, I'm a fucking lunatic! And then they just go on about how, do you really want a lunatic in the office? Does a lunatic deserve to run your city? And then it'd be like, Dakota Craig supports, supports Crystalia, who sexually groomed women, even though, again, I don't know. Not convicted. Dakota Craig supports Brian Callen, who is accused of rape. Because I have so many things in my podcast talking about how I'm a fan of Crystalia's. Dakota Craig is a fan of Crystalia's, who is accused of grooming underage women. And then it'd be like, trying to think of some old episodes. It would 100% have the 4th of July episode, and it'd be like, obviously I was wearing the USA shirt with the Uncle Sam hat, and it would be like, when I'm talking about Joey Chestnut, I'm just like, blah, 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 and it would slow it down and be like, blah, blah. It's like, Dakota Craig mocks America, as I'm wearing all the Stars and Stripes shit. It would literally, just cut out everything in my... It'd be the one where I asked Mac, I'd be like, would you rather be blind or dickless? Dakota Craig asks the serious questions. Asking the hard-hitting questions. You could... Oh, man. Now I want to cut together a political ad for me. Like a negative political ad with all that dramatic music in the background. Have it hit to black and white. I'm trying to think, they'd find one where I'm flipping off the camera and be like, that's how they'd end it. It's just me... And like, this advertisement is paid for from the blah 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 party. Whichever party I'm not. Which is neither, because I'm independent. Political ads. Yeah, I'm never running for office. For one, don't want to. Two, can't now. Podcast ruined me. I'm done. They'd fry me. And they would use stuff from this podcast as well. How about these fires, man? Jesus. All over. California's burning to the ground. Oregon, we got fires here. The whole west, Arizona, I'm pretty sure, is on fire. Utah. Nevada's doing good. Did you see that meme where it's like all the fires around Nevada, and then it's the scene from Star Wars where they're battling all the people around them? It's pretty funny. But yeah, man, fucking burning down. You can't tell me, okay? First of all, Jesus, dude, like, is it ever gonna stop the mayhem? Like, now it literally looks like Armageddon. We've joking about the end of times, now it straight up fucking looks like apocalypse now. It looks like the apocalypse with all the... Have you seen those pictures from freaking San Francisco and Oregon and stuff where it's like red? Like everything's red? God damn, dude. It's... straight up looks like a horror movie. Like the zombies are about to come out next. And all these alien stuff, it just gets crazier and crazier. And God, part of me, like, here, this will be used. This next statement will 100% be used in my political attack campaign. Is it just me? Or does it kind of seem like God is cleansing the earth with these fires? It's like Portland. Portland has obviously been one of the top hubs for all the like mayhem. Same with Seattle. Obviously, California has been kind of a crazy spot for looting and riots and all this stuff. All the craziness. Not just that, but like the Corona shit too. You had the Chaz Chop thing in fucking Seattle, and it's almost like God was like, well, burn the fucker down. Here we go. You want to try and burn it down? I'll fucking do it for you, dude. Cleansing it, man. Cleanse the earth in fire and brimstone. I don't know why the fuck he came after Montana. I didn't think we were doing anything wrong, but apparently. It's just going to start sweeping over to the other side, and then it's going to get cold, and we're going to freeze to death. You thought we didn't have oxygen before with all this COVID shit? Goodbye, trees. Goodbye, all the oxygen. Now we're really fucked. Canada, is Canada on fire? Probably. Jeez. Like, I can't imagine it's not. Usually, like last year, there were so many fires in Canada, but now it's our turn. And California burned down pretty good last year. We burned down pretty good last year. This year, it's just times 10, man. And there's already all this issues with breathing and COVID and all this stuff, and now you add all these fires on top of it. It is crazy, man. And shout out to all the fire workers and anybody who's having to deal with that. Damn, dude. I just thought of something now. Literally, every first responder, like police, fire, EMT, or medical, have all been like extremely attacked this year. Like in different ways, obviously. You got medical, obviously, with the pandemic, is getting smashed with that. And then you got police officers. There's all this chaos with police and rioting and defund the police and all that shit. And now you got all these fires, so all the fire workers are having to work their ass off and getting their asses kicked from all these fires. Damn, dude, every first responder this year has had to face some insane task. I mean, what the fuck? Yeah, I didn't even think about that until just now. That's crazy. The medical had their thing, then the police had their thing, and you just knew the firemen had to have their thing now, and now it's try and save the fucking whole western half of the states from burning up. Shout out to, you know what, dude, shout out to all first responders. Shout out. Every single one of them. Police, fire, EMTs. Shout out to all of you guys. Dude, oh no. You know who hasn't had to do much yet? And I'm starting to think, you know who's next? The military. So, all of those guys have had crazy things. Only ones left are the military. And what haven't we had yet? What's the one thing that 2020 hasn't brought us? War. Jesus Christ, dude. Everyone thought 2012 was the end of it, man. 2020. The apocalypse is nigh. God damn it. Whew! I just scared myself a little bit with that one. Here I am opening up the show with talking about how awesome life is when everything is just burning down around us, and it's basically just gonna get worse. Also, see, Ruth Bader Ginsburg died? Fuck. I mean, R.I.P. to her, man. I don't really know much. I know she was a huge like a big deal. She's a big component for feminists and like women's rights and all that stuff and equal right. I don't know. She was a good person. That's what I know. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and shit talk her or really up talk her because I don't know. I don't really know one way or the other. But you know, R.I.P. to her. And God, Trump's going to get three Supreme Court justices voted in. Has that ever happened? I haven't looked it up, but there's no way a single president has ever has appointed 3 Supreme Court justices, especially in their first term. There's no fucking way. I guarantee it. And maybe with the exception of the first ever appointed Supreme Court justice, which I don't even know if that was appointed by the president, so. But he's going to get 3 of them in. And you know the Democrats are going to try and stop it. I mean, not that I care one way or the other, but you just know that's what's going to happen. The left is going to try and shut that down until after the election, which, guess what? No guarantees Trump's not going to get reelected. Yeah, go. Also, talking political ads, I could have used Trump and Biden, but I had previously mentioned that both candidates are both good and bad. Well, with Trump and Biden, we just know they're both bad. So, hey, vote independent, okay? Because this 2-party system thing, it fucking sucks. It's bullshit. And you know I don't like to get political on here. I don't like talking politics, but guess what, guys? 2-party system sucks. And you know what keeps happening? We keep going from one extreme to the next. So Trump brought out like the heavy extreme on the right, and now the left is gonna have to. They've been overcompensating and having to just go extreme left. So what's next? We're just gonna go even more extreme right. How about this? How about instead of going most extremes these ways, let's come back in the middle, huh? Because that's where rational thinking happens. That's where we can actually agree on things, and that's where I think the majority of America actually stands, is in the middle, okay? So let's stop coming onto these fucking extreme ends, and let's get back to the middle, huh? So, hey everybody out there, vote independent. Be an independent thinker, how about? And don't let these political ads fucking twist in what you think of everything, because they're all bullshit anyway. Oh, and by the way, hey, all politics are corrupt. Every one of them. So it doesn't matter. Left, right, they're all fucking corrupt. So stop acting like political agendas and politicians are heroes, and that political agendas are, you know, part of your personality and are part of your identity. Fuck that, dude. You're not a political idea. Be independent. Have your own thoughts. Don't have other people's thoughts. Have your own fucking thoughts. Okay? And I could easily just pull out the stop being sheep, which is kind of true. Stop being fucking sheep. But it's an overused statement. Where was I? I was talking about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So yeah, man, Trump's... See, and that's another thing, man. Okay, Biden gets in, and Trump... Let's say Biden gets in, and Trump appoints another Supreme Court justice. Oh, and you know what else is going to happen, of course? Biden will get in, but a bunch of, you know, Republican... We'll have a majority Republican House or Senate, which I think it currently already is, which is so rare. Because you never get the majority of one side or the other on the Senate. Okay, in Congress and the president, the executive. You never have the same for some reason. It's always clashing. So we're always clashing. And I think actually the majority of Congress is red right now. So, but watch, Biden will get in. and it'll be Congress will still be red, and obviously the exec will be blue, or the opposite. Trump will get in, and then the Congress will switch to blue, and then we'll just be in this fucking gridlock for another 4 years. But it's not going to change. The judiciary branch is going to be majority red, and not unfortunately, the judiciary branch is for life. So, and I know Ruth Bader Ginsburg was blue, so obviously Trump's going to appoint a Republican to that position, and it will be majority red. I couldn't tell you how many are currently red, but checks and balances, man. We're just going to be in this tight gridlock. Guess what? Do you know how we wouldn't be in that issue or have issues like that? If we were all in the middle. Besides, judges, I think, judges especially should keep politics out of what they're doing and just literally defend the Constitution. Do what they're supposed to do and defend the Constitution. Forget what fucking political ideology you have. Just be a judge and be fair, huh? And do what's constitutionally right, regardless of what political stance you have. And then you have, everybody. How about everybody does that, huh? How about all of them? But no, we got to play these fucking political games, and everyone's got to be corrupt. This is why I fucking hate talking about politics. It's so infuriating. So let's move on, because I'm getting blood red mad. Fuck. Alright. So, okay, how about this? One thing that I don't think I've ever actually talked about it on here is my job and what I do for work. I don't think I've ever really talked about it. So, let's talk about that. So, what I do detail and auto body for Toyota. Hence why I got my truck. But I do detail auto body, and by auto body I mean I can buff stuff. I can restore headlights. I can do paint chips, but no paint. I don't do painting or like dent work. We have a guy for that. I don't do any of that. But like as far as auto body is mostly buffing and stuff like that. Also, I do glass repair. So I repair windshields, and that's how I've cut my hands before. I talked about that before on the podcast. Cut my hands doing windshields. And so, let me tell you, I want to get something off my chest about detailing, okay? And this is not anything against the job or against the place I work. This is against you motherfuckers out there who are driving cars and making your cars a fucking mess. Stop, okay? I literally don't understand how anyone can have a dirty car. Okay, if you have kids, that's okay. Okay, that's inevitable, and you can't really help that. I understand. Okay, if you have kids, and I can always tell the cars that have kids because you can usually see like the impressions in the seats where the car seat was, and obviously there'll be tons of stains, and you'll find toys or you'll find kids meals and shit like that. So you can always tell when a car has had kids in it. You can also tell when a car hasn't had kids. And if you're one of those who I seriously don't understand. Like people who just treat their cars like absolute shit and like it's their own trash can and just throw food and stuff on the ground and throw and spill stuff. Like I can't even wrap my head around spilling a drink in the cup holder and leaving it there. What kind of a fucking lunatic does that? Like, if I can understand spilling something, but why wouldn't you clean it up? I've had cup holders that literally have like this much dried up soda in it, or not dried up. It's just been sitting there. If you smoke in your car, you're a fucking idiot, dude. You completely have just devaluated your vehicles. Like, you've taken the value of your vehicle and just destroyed it. If you smoke in your car, you just completely destroyed the value of your vehicle, okay? So, don't do that. It's impossible to get that smell out. It really is. It's impossible. Also, people, you're fucking burning holes in your seats and flicking your ashes everywhere. Let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. For all of you fuckheads out there who don't understand what you're doing, okay? Do you realize that vehicles are literally worth thousands of dollars, and you're just gonna treat it like people just don't understand the value of what a vehicle is. And I've never understood that, even before I worked at Toyota. People just do not appreciate what a vehicle is, okay? Do you understand even the concept of being able to drive yourself around and what a commodity it is to have a vehicle, and you're gonna treat it like that? Jesus, dude, I don't get it. And if you spill something on your seat and you stain it, okay, that happens. And I'll even give you this. I can understand you attempting to get it out and you can't, okay? You need more professional equipment. Sure. I get that. But it's these fucking people who... I have seen some disgusting vehicles. And I'm not even kidding you. Every time I see a disgusting vehicle, all I can think about is what kind of a person owned this vehicle before. And they're out there. They're still out there. What are you guys... Anybody out there who treats their vehicle like that, are you a fucking serial killer? You have to be insane to do that to your vehicle. Or just a lazy piece of shit. In either way, you're probably a serial killer. And maybe that's just me being an OCD, clean freak. Because I've never let my vehicle get to the point of some of the vehicles I've seen. Sure, I let it get, there's... And if you think I'm just attacking you, if your car is, slightly dirty, no. Okay? I get it. Shit happens. I've been that guy, too, where I'll have, things on the floor, but piled up, and your car just reeks of grease or nasty food or whatever, man. See, I don't eat in my car. Refuse. Okay? Especially my new car. Because you're just asking for trouble at that point. And, okay. There's one thing that drives me even more nuts than all of that. Okay? Pets. Let me start off by saying, I understand. I understand why, if you're a pet owner, if you got a dog or a cat, why you would bring your cat in the car is beyond me. That's if it's not in a cat carrier. But, okay, dogs. If you have a dog, I get it. I get you want your dog to ride with you in the car. Okay? It's fine. I understand. I get it. But if you let your dog basically everywhere in your vehicle, you're a fucking insane person. Because there's nothing worse than cleaning up pet hair. It's how... I've never understood how animals can get hair under seats. What, are they crawling around under your seats? What kind of a crazy person are you that you're letting your dog climb under the seats? And just all over every seat in the back, all the way in the back. Either it's in the back or it's in the front. Don't let your fucking dog everywhere in the vehicle. And if you have a dog that sheds, profusely, don't let him in the car, okay? And if you do, have the decency as a human being to clean it up once in a while. And I get it. You don't want to do it all the time. Sure. But clean it up a little bit, okay? I know you hate it. You know how I know you hate it? Because I hate it. And I have to deal with it all the time. Because it gets stuck in the carpet. It gets stuck in deep and you gotta work it out. It's a pain in the ass. And I get it. I get why you don't want to do it. But there comes a point. And there's an acceptable amount of pet hair, okay? There's times I see pet hair and I'm like, fuck. But okay, it's not that bad. If you're one of these insane people that allows their vehicle to become caked, I'm talking caked in pet hair, like thick, you deserve to go to jail. What kind of a person are you? How could you do that? Also, when you let your dogs claw your dash or your car seats or your the side of your door or the center console and there's claw marks in there, you just fucking ruined your vehicle. You ruined it. People treat their vehicles like they cost $100. I can't even imagine what these people's houses look like. I literally don't, like, I understand the value of my vehicle. And you know what? The people who do this to their vehicles, whose vehicles are just like filthy, and you guys are the people who probably don't get your oil changed frequently, and that's why your car blows up in 3 to 5 years. Because you guys don't respect your vehicles. So this is a public service announcement. Start respecting your vehicles. Have some self-respect and understand the value of your vehicle. It's not a right to own a vehicle. It's a privilege. Do you understand me? Do you know how many people wish they could drive? Respect it, okay? Respect it. Public service announcement over. The more you know. It drives me fucking nuts. There's a lot about that place that drives me nuts, but guess what? Pays the bills, and I like that fatty ass paycheck I get, so I will 100% deal with that. Okay. I love my job, honestly. I really do. I really, really do. I never thought I'd be in the auto industry. I'm not a car guy. And here I am in the auto industry. But when it comes to mechanic stuff, forget about it. I have no clue. But there's some bright sides to being able to work there, because I can get mechanics to help work on my car if I need it. Just pay them a little bit off to the side. I do some side work for them. I'll repair their windshields if they need. I've done that a lot. Also, I got my truck from there, so that was nice. I was able to work with people I know and help them out. They helped me out, so it's a pretty nice gig, I'll tell you that. And I get a discount on all my services, so that's pretty sweet too. So I as much as I fucking get irritated, and I think we all do. We all get irritated with our jobs. Totally understandable. But I do really, really like my job. And I wouldn't want anything else, at least right now. Except maybe music, okay? That's the real dream. To be able to make money making music. And hopefully that's not too far off. So we will see. Where are we at? We still got a little bit of time. Let's kill it with one more thing, okay? One more thing I really want to talk about. Because I've been waiting to talk about this, honestly. I probably could have talked about this in episode 1. And I don't know why it's taken me so long to talk about it. And once again, a little bit of a browbeaten topic, but it's my turn to throw my opinion into the ring. Okay? You guys ready? Since we're talking about work, talking about jobs, talking about making money, let's talk about OnlyFans. Okay? Okay. OnlyFans. We all know what it is. I mean, we all know what it is. Of course, you can do a lot of stuff on there, right? But it's a porn site. That's what it is, okay? We all know. We all know what it is. It's a place for people, men or women, to sell their naked pictures and videos. We know this. If you think it's anything else than that, turn this off right now, because that is 100% what it is. Okay. So we know what it is, okay? We know what OnlyFans is, okay? We're not kidding ourselves, right? We're not gonna pretend like we don't know what it is. Here's my thought on OnlyFans, okay? Here's my thought. I'll start with this. Okay? I don't, like, no disrespect on any of them. Like, get your money, man. Get your money. If you want to show your tits to make that money, go for it, man. Do what you want to do. If you really, like, if that's a way for you to make money, and you can, let me tell you, you can make a lot of money on that. I was thinking about like, seriously, there are people, like, obviously mostly girls. There's women on there who, let's just say, for example, you have 1,000 subscribers, okay? I don't know if that's a lot. I don't know if that's a, like, crazy amount. I'm pretty sure there's some that have 10,000, okay? Let's just say you have you know what? Fuck that. Let's be more reasonable. Let's say you have 100 subscribers, okay? And the subscription is $10 a month, okay? Now, I don't know what the percentage that OnlyFans takes out for, you know, obviously they take a percentage out because they have to make money somehow too. But $10 a month, okay? I think that's pretty low. If I was a hot chick and I'm selling pictures of my body, you know, I'm gonna make it a little more than $10. But you know, you got to think smart. You know, you don't want to make it too high because nobody's gonna want to pay it. So if you make it like a decent amount, people are gonna, you know, be like, okay, I'll throw $10 on that, sure. Okay, so I get it. I get the marketing scheme of it. Whatever. So let's just say you got your 100 followers, 100 subscribers, $10 of subscription. That's $1,000 a month, right? It's not too bad. If you have a side job, and you're probably gonna make what, $800 off of that, maybe. Let's just say they take 20%, so you make $800. Now let's say you have 1,000 followers. Okay, $10 a subscription. That's $10,000 a month. Obviously, it's more like $8,000 a month. Way more than I make a month. And like I said, you could make it $20 a subscription. I don't know how much it is. I don't know how much you do, but the point is, anybody can do it. Like, and you know, people are gonna subscribe to this stuff, okay? People will subscribe, and you will make money doing it. Now, that being said, knowing how much you can make, and I know for a fact there are people out there making millions of dollars doing this. Millions, okay? As long as only... Here's the whole point I'm trying to make. All this has been building up to this, okay? As long as OnlyFans exists in the world, I don't ever want to hear a woman talk about inequality. Okay? You know, and before you get mad at me, because I can understand that would be on the political ad. They would 100% put that on my negative political ad. You know what I mean? Before you get mad, okay? Tell me how that's equal, okay? Okay, I'm an average guy. I'm an average looking guy. I'm not like ripped. I promise you. If there was a hot ass dude selling naked pictures on OnlyFans, he is not making the same amount as even the most average girl, okay? You know why? And I bet you the majority of the ones the guy is getting are from gay guys. Because guys are fucking animals. Okay? Here's why it's unequal, okay? Because okay, the hottest guy on OnlyFans probably does make a pretty decent amount, okay? But an average guy? No fucking way. No fucking way anybody's paying to see my fucking ugly ass on OnlyFans. And like I said, I'm an average guy. I'm not a big fatty fat. I'm an average guy, okay? And nobody's paying to see me. You could be a fucking methed out tweaky looking chick. You could be a big fatty fat. You could be not like you could be the most not attractive girl and you'll still make some money on there, okay? Because guess what? Guys are fucking animals, and if there's a naked picture of you out there, they will find it. Okay? And like, for instance, for me personally, if there was somebody I knew that was like, I mean, granted, there actually are people I know that have OnlyFans, and I've never subscribed to an OnlyFans. But there's something about this is gonna sound so fucking perverted, but take this with a grain of salt, okay? If someone I knew had nudes out there, I might not seek out to look at them. But part of me would definitely want to, okay? And there's guys out there way more twisted than me. So there's dudes out there that are like, oh my god, there's naked pictures of her. I must pay $10. Even if she's not good looking, okay? Because if there's tits and wops out there, and I don't mean guineas, you know what I mean. If someone they know is flashing their monkey out at them, they're gonna look. They're gonna pay for it, and they're gonna look. Okay, I'm telling you, man, that's not equal. And okay, in all fairness, obviously, I'm joking. Okay, I'm joking. Because in order to do such a thing, you gotta sell your soul. You essentially have to sell you have to throw all morals and all your morals out the window. And I mean, anybody who doesn't do that, they have some self-respect, I think. I don't know. I don't want to say that either, though, because I mean, if you want to do it, I mean, maybe you have the most self-respect. Maybe you love your body and want to share it with the world. I don't know. And maybe that takes a stronger person than me, because I wouldn't do it. I don't know. Because now I'm shaming, right? If I say anything bad about people who put stuff on there, dude, I don't give a fuck. Do it. Make that money. Why not? It's out there. You totally can make that money, man. That's all I'm saying. But guess what? But the point is, when it comes to equality, there's no fucking way I'm getting any money on there. But if there was a chick as equally as hot as equally attractive as me on there, oh, she's making bags, dude, bags. And you know what it takes to do that? Chick, chick, chick. That's all. And then you can go work your regular fucking day job and make money on top of the money you're gonna make. It doesn't take much to do shit like that. I don't know. It's insane. We live in a fucking insane time. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but that's my thoughts on it, okay? And of course, I'm mostly kidding. Because I understand not everyone's going to do that. But I will say this. If I were a woman, just saying, if I were a woman, and let's say I got fired, and like I literally had nothing. I had no skills or no fucking, yeah, I had no skills, no fucking way to work. I wasn't making any money. Huh. You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right I'm doing OnlyFans. Because I know I can make money doing that. At least. Because guess what? It doesn't take talent to have tits. Okay? That's just it. It doesn't take talent to have tits. Alright. Actually, okay, and you know what? One more thing. I will say one more thing about the OnlyFans thing. If I'm not mistaken, I did actually try to get on an OnlyFans once. This was months ago, and my card got declined. My card got rejected because they thought it was spam, and then I had to go to the bank and figure out why the fuck my card wouldn't work. And the lady helping me, who was actually quite attractive, comes up to me and she goes, yeah, you have a it says it was blocked from because of OnlyFans. And I go, okay, can you please fix that for me? And she goes, yeah. And that was quite embarrassing, and I'm never gonna have that again. So I'm not gonna subscribe to any OnlyFans, because fuck that. Thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. This might actually be one of the best podcasts I've done. I really felt like that went well. So make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to share. Get your friends watching this thing. The last episode killed. Let's kill it again. Let's get another one going, man. Let's just keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Don't forget, guys, life rocks. Life kills. And if you keep that positivity out there, it's going to kill for you too. And get your ass on OnlyFans. Make that bags, man. Life's a garden, baby. Dig it.